Good morning. I wanted to get on here. I'm on my way to a speech conference to get my continuing ed. And I had something happen this morning that prompted me to go ahead and create my third YouTube video. I want to talk about what the enemy has stolen from you. It's very small in the grand scheme of things, but I put up a fall display pretty much every year. We live on a major road. We have a long driveway, and I like to, in the fall, put a display at the top of that driveway. And this year I took pictures of displays, different places that I had been, and my mom and my daughter and I had been to Disney World for fall break, so I kind of got some inspiration from displays there, and I created probably the best display I've had yet up at the top of the driveway, and I was actually planning on adding even more to it. But yesterday it was finally not raining, so when I got home from work, I got out there and I did it, and I posted a picture to Facebook, and you know, it's just a little happy thing to make people that are passing by smile and make them happy. That's why I do it. So my husband had brought bales of hay for me, and you know, it had rained on them, so they were heavy, and I rearranged them, but it was all just a pure joy. It was really fun to do. Well, 2 years ago we had our display was stolen, or portions of it. My mums were stolen. I can't remember what all they took, but I do remember the mums. And then last night, apparently the same thing happened. So my husband called me as he was pulling out of the driveway, and he said, "Charity, it's happened again." So I went to the top of the driveway and just got the rest of the display and brought it down by the house, close to the house. But it prompted me, and you know, people were saying you need cameras, you need this, and I agree, we do, but it prompted me to remember a couple of things. One thing that I remember is my friend Miss Diana Payne, as she was going through her cancer treatments, she had such a good heart, and she journaled, but instead of just writing the words down, she always drew pictures. That's how God spoke to her heart, was through pictures and things. And so she drew pictures to represent different Bible verses and what they were saying to her. And she had this beautiful book that was full of these pictures, and then she would write little things about how close to the Lord she felt, or how much she needed Him. Beautiful. So she was inside the cancer center receiving a treatment, and someone stole that particular book, her journal, out of her car. And her comment, you know, it made everyone that knew and loved her furious. But her comment was, they must have needed it more than I did. And I just thought about our attitudes when things like that happen. And she had such a grace and a love for people. I long and I strive to be more like that, to have more of that grace and more of that love of people. That forgiving heart, just instant forgiveness. Instant. And then I started thinking about one more thing, and that was some of the things that got stolen are representative of things that get stolen in our life, like our peace, our joy. We can have bitterness in our hearts because somebody has truly wronged us, But ultimately, if we're not really careful, the enemy comes in and he allows that to become a stumbling block for us. And then all of a sudden, we're the ones that stand in need of forgiveness because we've been harboring something against someone else. So, we've had a family experience a horrible tragedy here in Murray County, a murder-suicide situation, and people are quick to say, well, it was this, or this should have happened, or how could you, but really and truly, as Christ followers, what we need to do in these situations is we need to pray for these families. We need to pray and ask God to minister and comfort to the ones left behind. And we also need to cling to Him, lest we be in that situation ourselves. So we could easily find ourselves being the one to make the wrong choice. So I just wanted to hop on here and talk to y'all about that. There used to be a song, if you've been in church forever and ever, you may know it, but there used to be a song that they sang a lot in church services, and it was, I went to the enemy's camp and I took back what he stole from me. And then it repeats, took back what he stole from me. And then it says, he's under my feet. He's under my feet. Satan is under my feet. Let's live in such an attitude today that if a thing is taken from us, if a feeling has replaced that, if we've allowed ourselves to experience a loss of joy, if we've allowed ourselves to experience losing our peace, let's reclaim that, because that is what God came to give us, was His joy, His peace. That's not always happiness, but it's better because it's more sustained. It lingers and lasts as you go through the course of your day. So things can happen and our emotions can become like a roller coaster. Our emotions can change every 5 seconds, but let's take back our peace. Let's take back our joy. Let's take back the things that He has spoken over us and through us and to us, because He really belongs under our feet. And just like my sweet friend Diane would have said, just freely give, because they needed it more than I did. So I hope you guys have a great day. Don't let the enemy steal anything, especially not your joy. See you later.